The NFC North. Yes, the NFC North. Packers, Lions, Vikings, Bears. Self-explanatory. If you haven't already, though, check all the rest of the NFC previews that I broke down. I don't think you guys will be disappointed. But let's talk about them. NFC North. Let's start with the Bears, the Hard Knocks team this season. Well, training camp. And by the way, with Hard Knocks, I don't mind with them doing the new version of Hard Knocks, how they got the Giants off season, the Bears training camp, and then they got an in season one. My opinion, why not just do the same team all season? Why not just do Bears off season, Bears training camp, Bears in season? Right? I think that would make more sense. I understand you want more teams involved, and yeah, I get it, right? They almost won the Lions, last year, right? It was the Jets. And so that's my idea. Why not just do a whole entire series on one team, right? But, money and selfishness, you know how that goes. But, all right. Anyway, Bears, 8.5 is their win total props. +3, I'm looking at it, plus 300 to win the North. I'm going under 8.5. I think they're at 7-10, 8-9. And here's my reason behind it. The hype of Caleb Williams is crazy, and we haven't even seen him play a game yet, right? I was saying the same thing about Bryce Young, and look how that turned out. But I will say with Chicago, this is a situation where this is actually how you want to have a quarterback come into. They pick up DeAndre Swift. We know how he's injury prone too, but we know about the other backs, Rashawn Johnson. They got a nice little, I think they got Khalil Herbert. They got a nice little tier of running backs behind them. You getting Keenan Allen, Romeo Odunze, and then you got DJ Moore, who I've been saying is one of the most underrated receivers in the last 3-4 years. Yes, count those Panthers days. He was receiver one, but he was still underrated in the NFL. And the offensive line too is pretty productive. The defense, with Jalen Johnson, we don't know about his situation. I think he got franchise tag, but I know he's over the contract. Them getting Sweat in the trade deadline was the biggest acquisition, because since Sweat came in, I think the defense has been a lot more tougher and more physical. And when he's coming off that edge, bro, you have to definitely pay attention to him. I just think you have to deal with the growing pains with a rookie quarterback. Everyone now is so expected with these guys coming straight out of college to the league and doing what they're doing. What CJ Stroud did was amazing, but let's be honest, in the last few years, how many quarterbacks have we seen from college to the pros do what he did? I'm talking about just like that, other than Dak Prescott's situation, but ever since that situation, look how that's turned out. You get what I'm saying? So, and I believe for the coach, what's his Eberus, his name is, this is a do or die situation for him. So I do believe if they can at least win, be competitive. If they can win 8 games, I think he at least stay, because it's like, all right, you kind of been proven with a new rookie quarterback. I just think it's a lot too much expectations. And I know it's OTAs right now, but I've been hearing reports that on 7-on-7s, there's times where he's only completing 3 passes. That's kind of a concern. I mean, I know it's a rookie learning the game and transitioning to the speed, but 3 completions on 7-on-7, man. That's 7-on-7. It's not even a pass rusher you're dealing with. You're just dealing with secondary players, maybe linebackers and skill position players. So that's a little concern. We'll see how training camp and preseason goes, but that's just a little bit something to note with that team. Bold prediction. Romeo Odunze to win Rookie of the Year. That would be a solid bold prediction. I think he's maybe like the 5th best odds to win that one. And I mean, the guy is explosive, bro. Look what I was Michael Penix's go-to guy, and to a degree, maybe that's why he became a first-round pick, because of Michael Penix. And Caleb Williams, similar, but we'll see, man. All this Patrick Mahomes generational type player they say he is, I need to see that. And hell, Patrick Mahomes didn't even play his first year. He waited waited a whole year to play a year. So we need to wait before I see all of that. The Minnesota Vikings, 7.5 is their prop, plus 900 winning division. And 7.5, I lean over, but I don't know what we're doing with the quarterback spot first. Is Sam Darnold playing? Is he going to start, or are you starting fresh with JJ? If you start fresh with JJ, I believe you can hit maybe over 7.5. But if it's Sam Darnold starting the first 2 months, you're gonna have to have some concerns on, bro. Sam Darnold to me is just not a serviceable quarterback, bro. Maybe a good backup, but I'm not a fan of Sam Darnold. If he starts, I'll be fading the Vikings every game until JJ comes in. Now they do have the good coach, Kevin O'Connell. He is a good offensive mind under the McVay tree, but I mean, there's so much that you can do as a coach. The defense did take a lot of L's. No Danielle Hunter, but they did get Dallas Turner. I think getting Dallas Turner was a steal when I thought Atlanta should have been the one to get him. Then you got JJ McCarthy. So, and it's not like you don't have players on the offensive end. You got Justin Jefferson. We know about Jordan Addison. The running back spot, you got Aaron Jones, which as a Packers fan, we'll give the Packers, but like he can play. But then there's always a risk of injury with him. And he made it. There's times where you don't even know that he's hurt. He's just sitting in the sideline, full pads, and not playing. So that is a liability you have to worry about. And then the secondary for the Vikings is just not that good. I don't think they had a secondary since Antoine Winfield. And yes, the people who's not Antoine Winfield Jr., Antoine Winfield. I don't think I've seen any Corey Chavis. Think about those times. That's a long time from now, bro. So I think that's their biggest concern. Bold prediction. What's a bold prediction, man? Justin Jefferson leads the league in receiving yards. I don't think that's too bold because he's going to be up there, but we know about how Tyreek Hill over there in the AFC East is. We know what he's capable of doing. So I think that's probably like the boldest thing I would have. Maybe JJ McCarthy win Rookie of the Year if he starts and oohs and ahs. But I will say, however, with the offensive Rookie of the Year stuff, it is very wide open. I think anybody does have a shot to win that one. Now, off to the Green Bay Packers. My Packers, yes. I could be from Michigan and be a Packer fan. I've already explained it. I haven't been a Lions fan since Barry Sanders, and I was 1990, whatever. So do what you please, hate me, but any other Detroit team I will support. I've already said this, and I'm saying it out loud again. But Packers, 9.5 is their season prop, and plus 185 to win division. I love both. This is going over. Packers 9.5. That's damn near disrespectful. I got to at least going 10-7 because Jordan Love. Hey, whatever the Packers are doing, you see other teams are trying to do. That's why the Falcons went and got Penix. They're trying to do stuff like that because we got a third quarterback that's promising to be a generational quarterback for our team. And that's something that a lot of teams can't hit. It's hard to hit one, but you hit three of them. You have Brett Favre, you had Aaron Rodgers, and now you got Jordan Love. Yeah, that's big. We got you got Jacobs from the Raiders. That's not a bad pickup, but I would have loved him if it was him and Aaron Jones. But we know Aaron Jones gonna win his money too. Jacobs is the same problem as Aaron Jones. There's injury concerns. You don't know how long. He's one hard hit away from not playing. And that's like the only thing that gets me. The receiver spot, Jaden Reed is probably the underrated receiver in that core. We know Christian Watson, when healthy, we start to see that speed and he can get you over the top. Romeo Dobbs is a good possession receiver. We have some players on this offense. It's just the defense, the linebacker core, they have to improve with that spot. And then they have to be able to improve on the run game. Because when you can run against the Packers, I've been saying it. You can run against them. We need to see if a level of improvement is going to come. Rashawn Gary, everybody's going to be back healthy. It's just that, our secondary is not bad. But then I'm wondering where the hell is Eric Stokes? The other corner we have. Is he even playing for the Packers anymore? Because I swear the only corner I've been seeing was Jair Alexander all year. So I guess whoever helps out Zaire on the other side will be a big beneficial help. Bold prediction. I mean, it's not too bold, but I mean, I think they can win the division. When you look at what they did last season, if you want to go off that, they only lost 2 games in the division. They only lost to the Lions, which they split, and then they lost to the Vikings, and that was with Kirk Cousins. Other than that, they won every game in the division. And, I want to say, I've said it before, but when they played the Lions on Thanksgiving, that was almost like the confidence and the spark that helped this team, I mean, get in a deep run and then make the playoffs and almost shockingly beat the 49ers, right? We were almost talking about a Packers-Lions NFC Championship, game. So and they got to win some of the games they should win. Like, they should have beat Atlanta last year. They were up against Atlanta and they lost to them. So, it's certain games like that. That game against the Panthers, I read them being a -4.5 point favorite. They're covering all game, and then all of a sudden they let Carolina drop 30 points on them. That's why I'm saying the defense is like my concern. But it should be another good year for the Packers, and I expect Jordan Love to show out, and I'm expecting him to possibly get in a good bag because I think he's on a contract year. And I wouldn't be mad put him in the MVP conversations. I mean, I think that's another little bold prediction. He can be in the MVP talk. I'm not saying he'll win it, but it'll be some discussion if they do pretty good. Lastly, let me talk about them. I guess since they won the division, I can give them the king of the North for right now. The Detroit Lions, 10.5 is their win prop, plus 145 to win the division. I'm leaning under 10.5 because I have a feeling them and the Packers can be between 10 and 7 both. And I think both will split between one another. But it's the same thing as the Packers. They'll lose bonehead games they're supposed to win. But I think the biggest concern that I will have with the Lions is consistency. And yes, I've been saying this, but as somebody that's from the state of Michigan and the people who know, I have a question to ask in general. When is the last time you've seen the Lions win back-to-back double-digit seasons and back-to-back playoff seasons? Probably since Barry Sanders, and that's probably once, twice, right? And that's probably before I was even around to even know who Barry Sanders was. So, however, the 3 people they got, right, Penei Sewell, St. Brown, Goff, all deserve the contracts they deserved. I definitely said that. They definitely deserved it. The question would be Aaron Glenn and that defense. I've been saying this from the jump. I am not a fan of Aaron Glenn as a coach. Everyone wants to ride him because the Lions were good. But when it mattered, that secondary was getting torched badly. Buccaneers game, every playoff game, the Rams game, Buccaneers game, the 49ers, they were getting torched. Yes, they went and got Terrion Arnold, and they got the other corner from Missouri in the second round. That is a help. And everyone's raving about Aaron Glenn because when he was in New Orleans as a defensive back coach, you have Marshawn Lattimore. And Marshawn Lattimore won Defensive Rookie of the Year. If you can get one of these guys to do that, similar to Lattimore rookie year, that's a plus, and you will get a head coaching job, Aaron Glenn. The reason why you didn't get a head coaching job, Aaron Glenn, was because you fucking suck when it came to what you do, defensive backs. Your secondary was just getting torched. We know the front seven of the Lions is productive. You got, look, every level they have somebody that's solid. You got Aiden Hutchinson at the D-line. You can argue that Jack Campbell is starting to be kind of good at the linebacker spot. You even got Malcolm Rodriguez, who's a productive contributing part. When it comes to their secondary, I'm not talking about their corners, but their safeties are good. They got good safeties, and they're lucky that Branch can be a hybrid safety and corner. Because if That's what probably saved them to a degree too. But I'm talking about straight true corners when it's time to play man to man. They just didn't have that. Why do you think they got rid of the 2 stars they had last season? So it's just the consistency of them winning is what I'm wondering. This is why I'm going to go under 10 and a half. But if they do go over, I do think it'd be 11. But I think you would have to sweep the Packers. And that's going to be hard because they're going to be a lot better this year too. So to win the division, I'm gonna be biased and say the Packers, but the Lions is definitely up there. Those two teams will be the teams to definitely watch out for the division. You guys, this is the wrap up of the NFC conference win props, all of that. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like, comment, subscribe, pass the run around. You already know, man. Be safe out here.